All right, let's get it. All right, we back. We just saw Shazam, Fury of the Gods. Well, look at some people. Y'all just saw Shazam?
Yeah.
Thoughts?
It was good.
I liked the first half. I didn't like the last half.
Okay. What would you rate it out of 10?
5.
8.
Ooh, there's some
Five's
different
low.
opinions here.
I liked it.
According to IMDb, the film continues the story of teenage Billy Batson, who, upon reciting the magic word Shazam, is transformed into his adult superhero alter ego Shazam. What? That's very vague.
Well,
Okay, this is a sequel to the original Shazam. Now all the kids have superpowers, and I enjoyed it. I had a good time.
I did too. I don't see why they were bashing it so hard.
It was a goofy movie, and
It was,
they
but
referenced
they were kids.
they referenced Fast and Furious series. I would say that's an apt comparison. It was
Family, that was lit.
it was a fun movie. I don't know. Yeah, it was kind of a contained story. It didn't really have anything to do with most of the other
Right, which
DC
is why
characters.
there's a piece of that really frustrates me. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that
the
later.
spoilers, but man, okay.
We could jump straight into that, honestly.
Okay, I will say, the comedy was hit and miss for me. I laughed a lot, but some of the kids were just some of the kids were pretty annoying. Like I don't know, it was like a fine line between annoying and funny. So, but I don't know. Yeah, it kind of got to me a little bit.
What? Some of the characters were just
Yeah.
Some of those kids were not like memorable characters, and we could have done without them. And honestly, I don't even remember most of them. I guess I do when I really think hard. They're all right, actually. All right, I guess the kids actually did. Okay. I'm not mad anymore.
Yeah.
I like the
they grew on
Shazam
me for
forms. They
sure.
were pretty funny. I guess everybody had like their thing, or their reason they
a
were
lot more
funny.
character development than the first movie. I think obviously for the other foster home people.
Yeah, for sure.
And I one was like going to college.
I liked how she was older. She was already an adult, so her Shazam character looked like her. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That was cool. She was kind of a cutie too when I'm thinking about it. Okay.
The gay one that turned into a super buff,
I worked with
buff
that
dude.
kid before.
Huh?
I did some 360 with that dude
Oh,
before.
really?
Yeah, that's funny.
The kid version or the
No,
adult
the
version?
kid version.
Okay. That's interesting.
From back during those, remember the little, I can't remember, the gifting suites and stuff? Good
Oh,
times.
interesting. Yeah. We could
But,
walk around, we could do a lap.
I'm down. Yeah, all right, so I'm going to say the visuals were on point. I really did enjoy all the battle sequences. It's like, even though there was some parts I felt were a little bit too CG, it was, I don't know, it was good enough to where it didn't bother me.
Yeah.
And I feel like the Marvel movies have been like annoying me a little bit. This didn't bother me.
This director has a knack for CG. Like, it's obviously, it's not photorealistic, but
It's not, but it's like it's well produced. I don't even
Yeah.
know how to describe it better than that. It's
even
like,
the demon and then
the dragon thing?
mentors and the
oh
fucking
yeah,
unicorns and
it's like
shit.
they didn't look real, but somehow they looked right in the scene.
It's this huge contrast from like the Justice League kind of fucking demon bat things.
And I
like,
can't even describe why.
it's just they have weight. I don't know, more weight to them.
Yeah,
They move
it's-
more like physically. I don't know. Well, in the real world for me, and it's all about I think he's just a good action director more than I don't know. Maybe it's controversial, but I don't think what's his name? What's fucking Zack Snyder? Many people will say he's the best thing about him is his action, but
Zack Snyder.
yeah.
I'll give it. Actually, I'd have like this stuff, but I don't know that he's doing the action or who's choreographing that. But I guess his movies have been okay.
But this one was way better.
Good.
Yeah,
this is very
I
good.
thought it was a better balance, and that was just more visual intrigue, I guess.
Yeah, that was a good way to say it. More visual intrigue. I like the villains. They were fun. They were a fun bunch. I like that they were such
Shout
a big
out
mix.
to Lucy Liu.
Lucy
She's still
Liu.
got it. Still got it. Helen Mirren is a bit, bit up there.
But you know what?
She can still move.
She killed it.
She can still move.
There was a lot of CG on those movements for literally everybody.
Yeah.
But I was okay with it. They made it quick, so it was like a speed flash all the time, so I could kind of like get over a lot of it. Or the colors, it would be like dimly lit with them having just their highlight colors. So when they were doing the action sequences, it was kind of selling it a little bit more. Like just the lightning is almost like the light source, so it always felt like it was grounded in the scene. Like it was.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of them didn't have super, signature unique powers.
No,
but
they all had the same power. Shoot lightning out your hand and be strong and fast.
And so there's only so much you could take that. But I think
every
I
power.
think the fact that exactly, the fact that they're kids and they're kind of struggle to use. They're not like. It's not like Superman where
they have like an intellect with it.
Yeah. Or he'll just like annihilate somebody. Like, there's a little bit of noviceness to it.
Yeah, even him doing the lightning punch, I feel like was like something he had never even done before.
Yeah, and I think all of them had a bit of that characteristic. Like, fighting the gods, they were super outmatched, but as a team, they were a little bit more coordinated towards the end.
Sure. I like that they were outmatched though. That felt realistic for me, and that was the reason I kind of liked the movie is because they were getting their asses beat the whole time.
I know you're not a huge fan of Zachary Levi.
He did okay. He did okay.
I like him as an actor, but I kind of maybe, and I don't know if you still feel this way, but there's a little bit of a cognitive dissonance between his kid version and himself.
Him, exactly.
And I think that's what kind of had me guessing a little bit, had me like a little bit, just not fully buying into it, because like Zachary Levi, he's playing it as if the kid is younger, I feel like, and more dumb.
The kid is like 18 years old, and he feels like, as a kid, like he's smarter than Shazam.
Yeah, exactly.
And I feel like everybody else was actually kind of matching their
like
character.
He's like a fucking hyped up 10-year-old.
Yeah, exactly. Like he's doing the same thing he did the last movie, and there's no growth. In the kid, and that was
they don't
what was
seem like
me.
the same person to me.
Because all the other kids, I feel like they are the same character.
I thought they individually, they did a decent job as their, but not really connected in the personality, in the, I don't know,
I thought the other kids did a good job, though.
The other kids did a good job.
But it was just
I think they were more matching.
Yeah, they were more,
especially
or that adults were acting
the black girl.
like the one. Megan Good, bro, that's the Megan Good. Don't forget that name.
The older version?
Yeah, that's Megan Good.
You know her?
No, I don't know her. I know her from TV.
What did she play?
I've never look her up. Before. Megan Good.
Megan Good, alright. She's cute.
No link in the description, but look her up anyway. Megan Good. But still like and subscribe and comment.
All those girls were pretty bad.
Yeah, they were. They were.
Awesome.
But I was feeling a little bit bad for Billy Batson because I felt like the Solomon stuff especially was they were just trying to dumb this Saruman, like they were just trying to dumb the character down too much to where it was like, okay, this is kind of missing the mark a little bit now. Like they were trying to make a joke out of it, but the joke wasn't funny in my opinion because that was like the last film that we had just watched. You know what I mean? Like we're off that now. This is like supposed to be like some development or something, but that was goofy.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like a huge change. I mean, I did like the whole God story. The whole
they did that better than the other shit. The Marvel ones.
Yeah, it's a throwaway at the end of the last one. He breaks, not a throwaway obviously, but he breaks the staff and just leaves it there, I guess.
That was a good way to bring that back. That was awesome.
And
little
do we know, it's the key to this other world, and the gods are trapped there, and their world is dying because this dude just broke the staff, and the barrier is cut, and so And what? Like, what? Wait, how did? Oh, they went to find it because it was in a museum.
It was in a museum, yep,
Right.
and they just took that shit. It was a little bit too easy. But let's skip all this. Why was Wonder Woman, spoiler alert, we've gotten to the part now. Why the hell was Wonder Woman in this film? That just felt so inorganic.
Well, hold on.
They brought him back from the dead,
we didn't finish
bro.
talking about the story.
Man, the story was all spent to shit by the end. That pissed me off. I'm sorry, we can come back to the story, but they fucking pissed me off with that. Like, let him die. I was like, this is a good movie. I was like, the critics have been just bashing this for nothing. He actually made the ultimate sacrifice. This was a good movie.
Yeah, I
and
mean,
then they did a whole 180 and added
to,
Wonder
bro.
Woman. Stop.
They had to.
God.
Like,
at least give
I
me
know.
lightning at the end of the movie, like on some who knows. But they just totally like, come on.
they just brought him back and had
and
a
then
whole
had a
extra
bunch
scene.
of corny dialogue with Gal Gadot. Like, stop. They always
I
do
don't know,
something
bro.
to fuck it up.
I mean,
Just my
it's
opinion.
full circle because he was obsessed with her.
And
throughout
I
the
get
whole
it,
movie.
but that was just corny. It was funnier when we never saw her, and that almost made that not
Oh
as
my
funny.
God. That was so fucking ridiculous in the dream.
Like that made that not as funny anymore. And I
Almost
knew they were
burst
gonna
out
probably have her
laughing,
in
bro.
there because it felt like a tease like that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. That was so unnecessary.
Yeah, obviously it would have been so much more impactful if he had died and Wonder Woman spoilers hadn't brought him back, which is
Out of the blue,
we're
that
just
wasn't a
saying that.
thing. That was just like, come on. There was no preface for that. It just happened, just
Also,
to
yeah,
keep
how-
the
like,
franchise
how-
rolling. I'm not
so
with
she
it,
can just magically bring people back from
bro.
the
It
dead.
didn't make any sense. I'm not with it.
Yeah.
That was a far
Even
stretch.
even if Wonder Woman did come back, how is she able to like revive people from the dead?
It was a far stretch. I wasn't with it.
At a
It
certain
was
point,
it was just out of nowhere.
Can she bring anyone back from the dead?
No, it was
Like,
about gods. It was saying that because she was a god, she could just give the spark to the staff. But it just came out of nowhere. And it was like,
No,
you
but
never
I'm
really
saying like
prefaced
that's okay. So that's fine, but like bringing Billy Batson back from the dead,
that didn't make any sense. And literally,
that part.
that made 0 sense. She got the lightning staff, and he just is. I don't know. I don't know.
Reanimated. I feel like there's some
She
consequence.
like she reanimated his dead corpse. Okay, we're just gonna
And
go
not
with
to
that.
mention, yeah. I thought it was gonna maybe be he couldn't transform back to his kid self. He was like stuck.
That
in
would have been
God
cooler.
form.
That would have been cooler.
But then we see it. Like I'm like, yeah, this is dumb.
Oh, that would have been icy. That would have been a franchise completer for like the 3rd movie to do
feel
something
like-
different.
I
But
don't know.
yeah,
Well, maybe there's a plot in the next movie or in the next Wonder Woman where
that he already died.
no, that there's consequences for bringing people back from the dead.
Well, that sounds like it would make
Not
a
as
better
first.
Wonder Woman movie than any of the other ones I've seen. Because
That's
Chris
just
Pine
cursed.
he's gonna come back from the dead or something again. They kill me with this stuff. They kill me with
it's a
this stuff.
superhero movie.
I get it, but
Nobody's really dead.
anyway. And there's 2 post-credit scenes. Make sure you stay for both post-credit scenes. The first one was legit.
We don't need. I mean, yeah.
The second one was
spoiling
also
it?
legit. I don't care. You can spoil it if you want. It's hindsight. We want them to see in 2020.
Just it'll make sense if you watch Peacemaker.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. But I will say, blank is fine, no.
Oh yeah.
But she's not even fine from like just,
Agent.
she looks good physically. It's like the character she plays has an attitude that I really can appreciate for some reason.
Agent, whatever.
Yeah, that
Forget
one.
her name.
Me too.
And then
I actually remember it, but I'm not gonna say it because then they have like nothing to look forward to when they go see the movie.
Mastermind. This is what the
Who?
worm was at the end.
Oh yeah, I don't. Oh, that's who that was.
I guess.
That's a character. I don't even know who that is.
Mastermind, man. I don't know. I just read it.
It's like some DC stuff I would know nothing about.
But what's his name is back, or maybe.
It seemed like he was back. That seemed pretty surefire. It looked like Shazam is a franchise that's gonna continue. And
It's
I'm
probably
okay
gonna
with
be the
that.
Elseworld because I think like DC is obviously revamping, and I don't know if they said they're gonna make another Shazam.
I don't think. I think Shazam still has his role. Everybody was getting recast, but
Nah,
possibly
he's-
not like
yeah.
Wonder Woman and Shazam, and
Well,
the Flash.
spoilers, yeah, like he's part of the Justice Society now, which is probably gonna be a spin-off show. I don't think they've said whether or not it's going to be in the main. Well, I guess.
Well, they're trying to MCU it, so.
Because they're saying some are going to be.
They're trying to MCU it. They're MCUing it, bro. It is.
No,
what
but
it
they
is.
said some are going to be.
That's what the MCU
Joker,
does.
The Joker has nothing to, the fucking not.
Neither does Moon Knight, bro. They're just MCUing it. It's okay.
Joaquin Phoenix Joker is not in the canon of the DC films.
It's okay.
DC cinematic universe.
It's okay. It's okay. Okay. It's okay. They're MCUing it. It's okay.
No, they're not though.
He even said that he thought the Marvel Society sounded good.
No. The MCU does not like. It
or
all
Avengers
connects.
Society.
Like in the MCU, everything connects. In the DC, they're saying the things that are not in the DCU are Elseworlds tales.
I get
and they
it.
have nothing in common.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
So
But
why is that MCU?
It's just MCU. I'm okay with that. I'm not judging them. I'm just saying.
Like Aquaman, Wonder Woman, like they're not coming back.
I think they're
Maybe-
coming back.
Maybe for a
Aquaman got a
while.
whole nother film coming out. Come on. They'll be around.
Yeah, but they're redoing.
We'll see.
everything.
We'll see how it all goes
The
down.
new Superman is not gonna.
All we know is Henry
Fuck with
Cavill
Wonder
is
Woman.
out, and we know that what's his name is out. Ben Affleck. Anybody else? Who knows? Movie hasn't come out yet. I don't know.
Yeah, they might find a way to tie it together, but I don't think it's gonna take some.
All right, Ray Shazam.
I feel like we didn't talk about it that much, but
I mean, it wasn't that much to say. It was a pretty generic movie, but it was just solid visually, in my opinion. Nobody had an outstanding performance. Nobody did anything that was just like, whoa, that was a great one. Like, I was kind of leaning
love
closer to my
story-
guy who
the
said
love
the
story was
5'8".
kinda corny.
What was even the love story? Oh, the guide and the little boy. That wasn't.
Yeah.
I did not care. It was cool to see how he was facing his fears and all that stuff, but I really didn't care.
Yeah, it's very-
And they were kids,
very
and she was
teen
6,000
angsty.
dating a little 5-year-old boy.
That was funny.
That wasn't exciting me though, because I'm like, you're not acting like you're 6,000 years old. But maybe I don't know what that looks like, but not that.
Yeah.
You revert to a child after
she-
after like 3,000 years, you start to just become a child.
Her form is just child. She doesn't grow. It's like Benjamin Button. Well, not really.
Yeah,
'Cause
but
you're not growing backwards.
you know,
You know, God's aged differently.
yeah, I get it. But mentally, I felt like she was like that was my thing. Was they're playing adults, they're playing kids, but they're not really matching what the age would be. The amount of years you've been around human beings
Yeah.
would make you act a little different, and I feel like that's where they were kind of missing with some of this like age swap stuff. But they did a good job.
Like they referenced her sisters and like the dynamic and kind of that connection there. So he was like, you know,
Oh, so she
I got a
thinks you're
brother.
controlling or something.
I got a brother who's kind of, controlling and all this stuff. But at a certain point, it was a little much. Like they overdid it. Like again,
Well,
like
their
they
love story.
Yeah.
Yeah, they way
Well,
overdid
no,
that.
the kid was just so flamboyant at times and almost like I think he is a good actor, but
Yeah, I know.
I don't know
I
if
couldn't
he
tell.
is.
I give it to him though. I think he was doing a good job. I enjoyed his character. He was the one that stood out to me, number 2.
He was just so hyper and
Yeah, he had a lot going on in
Flamboyant.
his head or in his mouth, or I don't know. He was just doing a lot. He was talking a lot. He had a whole lot of dialogue.
But I liked all the characters' arcs. That guy messing around in the doors of
I like that too. Yeah, for sure. The doors were dope. That was, and you know, I would understand it was underutilized, but it was well used in the story.
What else? What else can we say?
Yeah, it wasn't that, you know, see, yeah, you're struggling. I'm telling you, it wasn't just the greatest movie. I see why it got that rating, but I, as an action fan,
fun.
I liked the adventure that I just went on. But I can say,
It was
like,
ridiculous. You
off
know?
the story, I get why people were giving it those ratings.
Fast and Furious has flying cars and cars in space, and this movie has unicorns that you can domesticate by feeding them Skittles.
Which was funny. It was funny, but
And they're the most
took
scary,
itself-
powerful
It was almost
creatures.
too much of a joke. You know what I mean? And sometimes, like a Taika Waititi Thor movie, the joke goes too far and it takes away from any stakes that there could have been. Like even with the dragon and stuff, honestly, just for the simple fact that it was like a dragon and a magic staff, I was like, oh, okay, whatever. You know, it was cool to see. I like how they did the cut back to when the electrical globe popped for him, and then when he recreated that same kind of thing that he had seen at the beginning of the movie. I thought that was cool.
With
But
the wizard? Or
no,
what?
Billy Batson. Like, remember when he was inside his room and his like electric globes blew up?
Oh shit!
And that was the
Yeah,
idea
yeah,
that he
yeah.
used in order to, save the day at the end.
Yeah.
He was
Well,
using the magic sphere to make that same kind of
he
electric
also
thing.
was
Make a
told
bomb.
that it was like a battery, or like you could overload a battery or something like that. So
Yeah, but that's why he thought of that, because he saw that thing pop like a bomb in his room. So he was like, oh, I can make this into a bomb with the shield.
yeah, but knowing that something is just like a battery also could tell you
Yeah,
that same thing.
or the scene that they inserted in there,
Okay,
obviously. Come on, no.
No, it was good. It was good. It was just such a specific analogy. So
I didn't even know those things would do that, so I just thought they pulled that out of left field, but it's okay because it's magic.
it's like a supercharged battery.
And when it's magic, anything can happen. Which is what they leaned into very much in this movie. And I'm okay with it, but yeah, I don't know. It was mid tier, but it was good. For all the hate that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson got, this wasn't that much better than that film for me. I thought this
is way more interesting.
Oh, I don't know. I
than-
can't say that for
Than
me.
Black Adam. Black Adam was so boring.
I cannot say that. This was maybe interesting, but as
And
far
it was
as a
funny.
movie,
It was Black Adam was not funny.
I
at
thought Black
all.
Adam was funny.
Maybe it's just The Rock wasn't very. I don't know. I just kind of one note. I didn't think he was.
Well, yeah, but he was just The Rock being The Rock, so I can always get over that really quickly. Rate it.
Damn, I lost my train of thought.
Then just rate it.
Give it a 8. I'll give it a 8. Give it a 8.
I'm gonna give it. I'll give it the 7.5 to skew it up. So I'll
Skew
include
it
those other
up.
two. I'm gonna include those other guys in there, and I thought they
Jimin
that was a good split.
Hansu was good.
Who's that?
Wizard.
Oh yeah, he snapped. I love him. He's a funny character because he can play this serious comedy.
Yeah.
You know what I
I
mean?
mean, he was just kind of
yeah,
the
that was
side
good.
character in this one.
But I feel like he was more main than the other one. Like honestly, he probably got more screen time in this film than that other one.
Yeah, but for all of his wizardness, he wasn't very wizard-like.
Well, he didn't have any powers.
I know, I
so-
know, but
Which
I
also
loved
thought
how I was like,
weird.
oh, you're not or like, wizard my ass, where are your magical powers? And then he finds like the door, and then he said, oh, I get, but like it didn't make any sense.
Because he still didn't have any magic powers. But I didn't get it. No, he was questioning him as the wizard, but he
Yeah.
actually followed those directions that the girl had
Yeah,
said.
like
so
I don't. Was that just supposed to be a funny kind of?
I think it was like they're
Funny
bonding as brothers, brothers in magic.
Yeah, they had decent chemistry, I thought. A lot of just fake out, push and pull. Like that, I feel like I don't know. The action scenes were great at the end at times. It was just like, getting the apple and losing the apple, and it felt like it dragged a little bit.
It did. I like that Apple thing though. I thought that they could have skipped to that relatively quickly. It was long for no reason. It was one of those. It was like 2 hours and 11 minutes, but that could have been 90 minutes, and we could have been in and out.
Also, just
Lucy Liu was riding that dragon too long.
Yeah, and the gods, the sisters, kind of just shooting them too easy. Like at first
That was legit though, because they were literally just shooting those little things out the staff.
they could have
though.
like dodged
But they were
when,
just kids. That was what they were losing because
when one of the
experience.
sisters, what's her name? I guess Lucy Liu, was gonna take away younger sister powers, and she did her like magical Inception kind of mind tricky thing to
Avoid her.
transform or like teleport somewhere, I guess. And then
He
it
just,
was
like,
literally
homing. It was like a straight line somehow.
I know.
Coming for
I was
her.
like, oh, you literally just backed up a certain number of
I knew, but that was
miles.
obvious. You knew that was coming. That was so obvious.
You
But the
could've
fact that they
just
left the camera
Dodged,
there.
like left or
They
right.
left that camera there for so long. I was like, okay, well, how long before this lightning bolt hits her? Because it was like a good 10 seconds of us just
I
sitting
could
there.
have
I'm
thought
like,
it like
okay, where is it at?
it didn't even indicate like it was a homing thing. It just was going in a straight line.
Hey, but that's magic. That's what magic does. It finds you no matter where you go. You're never safe. It's magic.
All right.
That's the one thing they really leaned into in this movie was magic makes all things work. If it's magic, it makes sense.
And hashtag family also. I don't know. I like Billy Batson's I love the therapist scene.
That was a
beginning.
good one. Yeah, that started it off right. I will say that. Because usually I feel like they kind of drop the ball on some of these openings, and I'm already making snap judgments like, okay. But
Yeah,
that was a
it
funny
started
scene to
off
come
really,
in on.
really
Yeah,
great.
It did.
And
I
it
like the
waned a
bond.
little bit
They didn't have
towards
that bond
towards the
time.
end, just when it got super, super goofy. But I'm like, if one of the characters is having a conversation with Helen Mirren, saying that, just like Fast and Furious, hashtag family or something, like, you can't take that movie seriously.
Well,
If you're referencing Fast and Furious,
I could
in
not
the
take a lot of
context.
things in that movie seriously. It wasn't a serious movie. It was a joke. It was a funny joke. I like the joke. I got some laughs out of it.
Yeah, most of the audience did too. So I think the audience rating is like 80 or 90. So
It's not
think,
that. That's cap.
no, I saw.
That's cap. Nah, that ain't right. Yeah, that ain't right, brother.
Look, audience score.
Oh, that's audience though. I guess.
87.
But that's still, look at that gap. I can't even give that to them. But we out.